Hi guys, so something I've never really tried out, or if I have, I've only done it once, and even then I can't remember. Non-metallic metal. Yeah, making things look like they're metal whilst not using any kind of metallic paints whatsoever. So that would typically mean if you're going to go for like a silver, then you're going to be using a variety of greys. And if you're going for gold, I guess oranges and maybe even browns and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to go for silver. So that's why I've been watching loads of these videos that I'm scrolling through here. Good old YouTube. Obviously, find what you want on there. And then it was a case of finding a miniature that had a big sword for me to be able to try out this thing. And obviously, I saw this figure, and obviously the first thing that stood out, mighty big sword. That's right, guys. I saw the sword and thought, oh, this seems a perfect figure for this. I got this figure from my mini factory and a company that I've done some work with before, Soul Good Creations. You may have seen in the past, I've done a few Kickstarter campaigns with them, as in, well, they've sent me a free miniature to sort of paint up to promote their Kickstarter. And I believe they've got some more coming out very soon. So yeah, keep an eye out, guys. Links down below to where you can get this model and obviously, well, check out all the lovely miniatures that they do. So I'm going to print this figure out, obviously. And I'm going to use a Siraya resin. This is one of my sort of main kind of go-to ones, I guess. Especially the navy grey fast one. Unfortunately, I've been doing a lot of printing recently because obviously I am literally painting every day, guys. So I've run out of the grey one, but I've got a variety of other ones that I've kind of used for other projects. So all these bottles are, well, about half full, if that. So I'm going to mix them. Obviously, these are both fast ones, so I know the settings I use for them will be the same. But some of these other ones, yeah, you just sort of mess about the settings. Especially as I'm going to throw in a bit of this flex back. Guys, if you haven't seen this, I've done a video with this stuff. This stuff bends like rubber. It's just awesome. So I've mixed all four of these together. But this is what's come out. So it's come out perfectly. Obviously the colour changes because it should have been a dark grey. Because of the clear and the cream in there, it's gone obviously a lighter grey. But yeah, there's flex in it, which is really good. So most of the fast resins from Siraya, beautiful. They are, well, I'd say they're the best ones to go for, as they are kind of like bendy. But when you put in something like the clear resin, that's kind of normally brittle. But yeah, throwing in a bit of the flex as well, it's awesome. So guys, link down below to the Siraya resin. Use my code, get 5% off, which is just great. And yeah, so this thing's come out well. I love the fact that I can just chuck in loads of resin and still get a good print out of it. So, going to try something a little bit different here. Obviously, I am now doing the sort of zenithal highlighting rather than a slap chop. A couple of reasons, really. But I'm trying out and messing about with different sort of primer colours, as I have a whole variety of the rail cans. And yeah, I'd go with orange, just because, well, I love the colour orange, and I thought I'd see what happens. Obviously, there's a lot of skin on this young lady, so yeah, I thought the orange might work well for that. And, well, like anything, this hobby, it's all about trying out different things, having fun with it, obviously more importantly than anything else. And yeah, just sort of trying things out, see how they work. If they are good, well, if they are good, I need to write them down because I've got a memory like a sieve. So I might use a primer, it'd be fantastic, and then I forget which one I've done. So I know for orcs, people have obviously mentioned doing a purple primer. Works really well with the green over the top. So yeah, that's why doing a different colour primers does make subtle differences. And yeah, again, it's all about messing about. And that's what I love doing on this channel. Especially now, say, I've got more confident in painting. So I want to try messing about with different things with painting. Because whatever I do, I'm having fun. So as always, yeah, links coming up saying what colour I'm sort of painting on the screen, rather than me holding up the bottle like I used to. Yeah, it's much quicker just having the name come up. I am trying to get better at using a variety of different makes of paints from different companies. If you'd have seen some of my recent videos, I tend to always stick to the same paint. As in, I've done miniatures solely in Green Stuff World dipping inks. I've done miniatures just with Army Painter paints or Citadel paints. Whereas I need to mix them because I have favourite colours from all the different types of paints I've got. So I'm getting better. Although that being said, yeah, most paints in this one I think are Army Painter. So yeah, I'm going to get her painted first and then get on to the fun of doing the sword. And to be honest, guys, I spent longer messing about with a sword than it did to paint, well, the whole miniature. As we all know, speed paints, yeah, they live up to their name. They go on fast, they dry fast, and they look awesome. Yeah, Molly, if you're watching this video, just for you, awesome. Yeah, anyway, moving back to this, guys. So it really was a case of, yeah, again, I always have a problem what paints or what colours to use on miniatures. I don't know if you guys have that issue. I tried to look online to see if anyone else had painted this miniature. Couldn't find any reference pics. And yeah, I do struggle sometimes in thinking what colour should certain things be. Do you guys have that problem, or is it just me? Because at this stage, I really wanted to get onto just painting the sword, but obviously I wanted to get her painted first, and then have the fun of doing a sword afterwards. But as I say, well, you'll see coming up. Yeah, I messed about with this sword probably a whole lot longer than I probably should have done. Again, this is because it's the first time for me really doing this, and I know they say practice makes perfect. With painting, that's not always the case. Sometimes, but sometimes not. But again, guys, every time you'll hear me say this, you need to paint for fun, or when you paint, it needs to be fun. So I did make a few little mistakes here and there where I'd painted over her skin with other colours. Then I went over and painted her skin, but I used a normal sort of paint, and it got rid of any definition. So I've then gone back over with a wash. Yeah, I make loads of mistakes, guys, but again, I leave them all in. I show you anytime I make a mistake, because, well, again, this hobby, I love this hobby. Everyone shares their experiences, what they do, whether it works or doesn't work. So yeah, so whenever I do something, if I do something that messes up, I leave it in. And you'll see coming up, I kind of, no, not exactly mess up, but yeah, I wasn't happy with the first kind of result I did. So guys, bear in mind, it's the first time I've done non-metallic metal paints, I think. Which a whole variety of videos on it. There are several ways of doing this. One of the main ones is being able to blend or feather from like a dark colour, namely a grey, to a lighter colour, and then back into a dark colour. And this is something I don't normally do. Obviously, I just generally use speed paints or dipping inks. So it's almost like painting by numbers with them. You just slap them on. Whereas doing the feathering or layering or glazing, yeah, these are all terms you won't really hear me say in the past, because it's something I've never done. So I do need to practice more of this. Say, definitely trying to feather a colour into the next. So basically all I'm doing here really is whatever colour I am using, I'm just adding more water to it, so it is more translucent, so hopefully it will sort of blend in to the colour that's then underneath. But then I was going backwards and forwards. It was almost like a yo-yo or watching tennis, because then I was making areas that were dark too light, so I was then having to go back over with a dark colour, and then back over with a light colour, dark colour, light colour. You know what I'm saying? And then something else I saw is the old like edge highlighting. Again, it's something I don't normally do. Using the side of the brush with some white paint to try and get a real thin line down the side of this sword. Yeah, I can't get thin lines, but again, this is where I need to do lots more of this. So I'm not sure if I've done non-metallic metal before. If I have, it literally would have been once, and it would have been years ago. So what I need to do now is, because this is how I normally work, I would do this now, and then I probably wouldn't do non-metallic metals for another year or two. I need to sort of spend maybe the next 4 weeks trying to do feathering techniques, try and do glazing, just to say, because they are things that I don't normally do. So now I'm trying to put in some like little sort of scratch marks. Again, my use of the brush to get small lines, yeah, pretty non-existent. Although the main thing here though, guys, I was having fun. But I did take a little break because I was literally going back and forth. So I took a break, came back, did the base. I watched loads more non-metallic metal videos. So guys, I should have said right at the beginning of this video, this isn't a tutorial of any kind in how to do this. This is just a video of how I've tried to do this. So where I've just sort of got a dark and a light on one side, dark light the other side, a lot of the videos that I then watched afterwards, they had quite a lot more light and dark areas. So I thought, yeah, I'll have a go at doing more light and dark areas. Again, I was having more fun now, I must admit, because I do want to do more sort of feathering in and that sort of stuff. And yeah, I think this does look a whole lot better now, because I was going to stop when I first did the base. It's like, no, carry on, because you can't make it any worse than it already is. Again, guys, I think that's why I'm enjoying painting a whole lot more now, because I don't worry about the end result. When I first started painting miniatures, I was too conscious of messing up. And I think when you're thinking about messing up, it then puts you off trying something, because obviously you don't want to mess up. But if you can get in your head, whatever happens, then you start enjoying it. Then I think you start experimenting more, because you're having fun. And that's what I was doing. So when I got to this stage, I was having a lot more fun, and I think it came out better. It's not too bad at all. Yeah, it's not great. It's certainly not going to win any awards, but I'm happy with this, and I had fun. So guys, let me know what you thought of this, and if you think I should try and do it again, or if I should just admit defeat. Although, to be honest, guys, whatever you put, I'm going to do this again, because I want to get better at this, and the only way I'm going to do that is by doing it loads more. So guys, if there's anyone you'd recommend me watching to do non-metallic metal swords, yeah, leave comments down below, and I'll go and check them out as well. Although I think mine doesn't look too bad. It definitely looks better from a distance, I think, or maybe close up. Don't look at the eyes too much. I was going to try and paint the eyes and then change my mind. Anyway, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave comments, all that good stuff. You guys take care. Bye now.